Yo, if I can do it, you can do it too, fam. Remember that. Yo, today I'm super excited. I'm about to put the squad on game. I'm about to put all my cousins on, yo. If you don't know what I'm talking about, stay tuned. Yo, today I'm gonna be talking about how I bought my first house at 23. Now, to just give you guys a little background information, I don't come from any rich family at all. I was born in a third world country that lived in a 12-room, a 3-bedroom with 12 people. My fault. So yeah, not anything from luxury at all. But one thing about me, I'd never let my past interfere with my future. You feel me? So boom, fast forward, moved to the United States in my early teens, then graduated. Out of high school, I had no intention on buying a house or anything of that sort. Like stuff like that seems so like unattainable at that time in my head. But what sparked that into me was that I started working at the bank and I started getting exposed to different things and the different possibilities. Now, when I started the bank, I thought I was going to be making bank. Like, I'm at the bank, bruh. Like, I'm at the bank, but you don't make money at the bank, but there's a wealth of knowledge at the bank. Because while working at the bank, what I encountered was just a lot of people who knew the game. Now, I don't believe that everyone should buy a house or needs to buy a house. You just need a good enough reason. And my reason was that I didn't feel the need to invest in rent when I could be investing in my own. Because I was on my own at the age of 18. So I bought my first property at 23. So during that time period, I was like, wait, hold up. Why am I dishing out money to landlords when there's nothing being reflected on my end? So that was what sparked the interest. I was like, yeah, this is a no-brainer, because I realized that people were paying their mortgages were essentially paying the same as rent. They may be paying a little bit more in taxes and such like that, but at least they're owning that, and that made sense to me. I like the fact of ownership. You know, yo, enough with the chattings, yo. I'm gonna break it down into 5 steps to keep it a little simple on how you can buy your first house if you're interested. So the first step is building your credit. Building your credit is essential, because that's what's gonna determine your interest rate on the loan itself, and you don't want a high interest rate on such a big purchase. So you want your credit score to be in top shape. Best way to start building up your credit is obviously to apply for your first credit card. The key with getting your credit card is discipline. I'm stressing credit because I feel like credit is like the foundation of everything that we're talking about right here. I could literally make a whole video on credit. I think I may do that in the future, but get your credit in check. Yeah, so the next thing that you look for is job history. So you need to be with a company for at least 2 years so that you can provide your W-2 forms and whatever pay stubs that you need to provide to them. So that is pretty easy to do. As if you've been with the company for at least 2 years, then you know that, hey, that's checked off the list. Next step, I would definitely say is now where you could probably start working with a realtor and on your bank, where you can work to get your pre-approval letter, basically stating how much you are able to afford in a house, so that when you're looking, you're not really looking in vain. You have an idea off of your price range that you know that the bank will be approving you for. You know, you don't want to get a house. You find a house that costs $500,000, but based on your income and everything, you could only afford half of that, so $250,000. You want to make sure that you get that pre-approval, so that when you start looking for the house, you're not just looking in everywhere. You have a direction, if that makes sense. The 4th step is kind of like the fun part. Is finding the property. Now, the number one thing in finding your property is location. This is very essential. Like, you want to make sure that your property is in a place where that your equity will be built up on your property. Because believe it or not, the area that your house is in determines how much your house will appreciate in value. And if you're going to be buying a house, your house is seen as a asset, or an investment. So you want your investment to increase over time. Yeah, you get me? So, all right, boom. So we're kind of on the last step, where it's gonna be like a little bonus, where you want to be in the mindset of if this property is a asset or a liability. And the way I went about it was by getting a multifamily. Now that is called house hacking, where you live in one side and you rent the other, and the rent on the other side basically pays off the mortgage. So now you're living rent free. This is a key part in real estate. But if you want to get more information on this, I'll be more than willing to share more videos. But just implement those first 4 steps to get everything started for you, and then you get this party started, man. This video has been long overdue. I've been procrastinating for 2 years now, but I'm up, man. I definitely want to spread information to the community and give back to the community, because that's what it's all about, you know. Share what questions that you guys have, you know, and how I can help you out. Peace.